Set that up. Oops, not that way. Something up in here to get it to work here. This way. There, y'all won't see that. I'll see it, but y'all won't. There we go. Well, hello if anybody sees me. I haven't been on here in a long time, so just thought I'd go live today and let everybody know that we're doing fine, we're doing all right. Everything is everything's working out with the family and everything, so I'm still here in the States, still driving. So today, usually on Saturday is my kind of like my day off, but I'm getting ready to leave, so I go down and get me a Amish dinner and take off. But today was the last day for the Amish dinner, so as you see, I got my Amish chicken dinner here. It's the grilled chicken, and I'll be eating that and then getting ready to get out of here later on today. Planning on going up to North Dakota this week. So if you never had a frequent one of these Amish dinners, you don't know what you're missing. But yeah, I will let you know that right now, as it stands right now, I don't have any plans right now. I don't know when I'm going back to the Philippines. I'm hoping sooner than later, but I just don't know. And we'll see what happens as it goes along, because right now I'm still waiting on that quarantine issue. Whether you're, if you get over there into the Philippines and you're vaccinated, I don't see any reason why you should have to sit there and be in quarantine for 14 days. And I myself, I'm not at the age of retirement yet, so I've got to get back here and work. I got to pay the bills, So right now I'm just sitting here waiting for them to relax that quarantine deal for people that are vaccinated, and then hopefully I can get in there and get to visit the family and friends and everybody else like that again one day. So that's my goal right now. I still haven't heard any good news on that, so hopefully one day we'll hear something good about it and get to head to the Philippines. These Amish chicken dinners, I'm sure gonna miss them, because this has been my Saturday go-to meal a lot of times this summer. They're just so good. I just love them. And since it was Halloween, I went and got some of this. Well, not this at the house. There's this Howlin' South Carolina Reaper sauce, but kind of look like a scary little figure on there for Halloween. So I've already had this before. It's not too bad. It's a little hot sauce that I use to dip my chicken in. So that's how I do it. So it's not. It can be pretty warm, but I didn't see that last comment. I need to figure out how to get those comments up on here and let them stay up here. I'm not used to doing live videos either that much, so I'll try to catch them as they come up here. If another one gets typed in here, I'll see it again. But yeah, those video calls do help when you're, at least we get to talk every day. Could be a lot worse, because back in the day, sending mail letters back and forth take 3 months, and you'd already have the answer to your question. You're about by the time you get the letter. And yeah, I do believe that. You know, we got to get to the green country. I was telling the wife the other day, I thought it was funny that, you know, China's a green country. The U.S. is not yet, so I don't know if that says the priorities or what. But I'm not an owner-operator either. All right. I work for a company over here. I don't want to be burdened down with all the taxes and the truck repairs and all that stuff. And you get with a owner-operator. Yes, that's true. I thought it was funny when seeing who they got listed as the green countries. But that shows you where the priorities are at over there with who's there. So what can you say? You know, there's not too much you can say about that. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with the U.S. and who, you know, how their new travel restrictions go here. They're supposed to list, I guess they're starting up November 1st or something. And then see how that goes, and then see how the Philippines adjust after that, or any other countries adjust after that. It's been a long while waiting, I know that. I know I'm not the only person in this boat, so we're all just kind of holding the oars and waiting to see which way the current takes us, you know. Yeah, that could be true. You know, the green countries don't have as many Filipinos, so you can't. It wouldn't matter if they didn't go back to work and couldn't get back and forth to work. So I can understand that too as a deal there. I really don't understand how they separate these countries. I was kind of hoping here in the States that everything would start simmering down here. It kind of, sometimes you get a, you know, like when Alabama was having this, Alabama and Florida and all that was having their big outbreaks this summer, you know, it was big news, but now you don't hardly, I mean, you hear a little bit about it, but you don't hear too much about this. My name is Kuya Steve, and I did serve in the military at one time, not long enough to retire. I got out of the military, and then I just saw, like everybody else does, you see greener grass on the other side, and I decided to go to the contracting world. And now, if I stayed in the military, you know, I could have been retired by now and maybe be doing something different, but I'm not retired. Still got to work. Still got to pay the bills. So when you got to do that, you can't just get up and leave somewhere, you know. That's the way it sure does seem like some of these people do here in the States. So they just don't need to work anymore, I guess. Yeah, sometimes I wish I'd have retired, but then again, you know, when one door closes, another door opens, correct? So if I'd have stayed in the military and retired, you know, I would probably never met Molly for sure, and then probably would have never even thought about going to the Philippines. So I kind of take it as a blessing, and kind of glad. I'm definitely glad we met. So well, I hope that works for you because I've got a friend that he's a follower of this channel too, and he retired last, I guess it was last February, and he retired last February and was planning on being in the Philippines already, and he's still waiting here too, trying to get over there to get to the Philippines, and I guess he's got a house extension up until November or something like that, so he's hoping things will change, but still nothing's changed yet. And my wife still runs the store there, Molly's Store and Eatery. She is doing, she does daily little, the Canderia stuff that they do. But then she also does, yeah, that's a good way to get into the buying visa. I never got a visa while I was there. I guess I could go get it now, but again, even if I do have the visa, the quarantine is what gets me because I still have to work. So if I can't get in, go visit the family, and get out, I don't. You don't get 3 months to go over there and where I'm working now. So I got to get in, get out, and do my business, and get in, get out. And hopefully that'll work one of these days. But yeah, Molly runs a little, we have a store and eatery. I'm sorry, that hot sauce, that Reaper is pretty hot there. I mean, I can eat it, but it's pretty warm. But Molly runs that little Canderia, and she has been selling, if you go on her Facebook, she has a Facebook page, Molly's Store and Eatery, and you can go and see what she's putting together. She's doing these Biko dishes, and Biko, Panzit, Puto, and stuff like that she can sell for parties and stuff like that. So if you know anybody up in the Quine area, that's where we're at, up in northern Luzon. She'll even do it for OFWs. If any OFWs are watching and you have any relatives in that area, she'll work with you and get the stuff delivered. She's done it several times where she's taken the van and put these all her stuff in the back of the van, and she puts happy birthday or happy anniversary or whatever. She makes a little sign in the back of the van. She puts the balloons in the van. Then she drives around to the people's house and calls the person outside, and they open the van up and, hey, surprise, So that's something she's done for some of the OFW families that live in our community there. We're not in the Locos. We're to the east of that. We're in Isabela, if you know where the province of Isabela is at, and we're kind of in the middle of Isabela there, in Cagayan Valley. We are actually in the Cagayan Valley. Little town, the little city of Kauai is right there outside is where we live right outside of Kauai. I've always liked it there. It's nice and quiet. Some of them speak Ilocano. My wife is Ilocano. She speaks Ilocano. But she was raised about, by driving, it's about 5-6 hours north of us up in Pari. So she speaks Ilocano. A lot of the neighbors around us speak Ilocano. I should have answered you with when. If you know Ilocano, when. Yes. And that's about the only Ilocano word I know, so I can't go any further than that. I pick up little words of Tagalog. They do speak Tagalog there too, so but half the community speaks Ilocano. I don't know what the rest of them speak around in that area, but in our little barangay, we have Ilocano speakers, and we some of them don't even speak Ilocano, so I don't know what language they would speak there. Other than Tagalog, I know they all speak Tagalog in there. Yeah, this chicken meal is going to be sorely missed next week when I get back here, and I'll have to find something else to eat next week. I have to cook something myself next week. I don't know. It's getting nice and warm, or nice and cool. The weather started to change here. As a matter of fact, it says it's going to be really cool out going west here. I'm on a trip out to North Dakota this week, so they said the weather was going to be really chilly out that way this week, so I'm kind of interested to see what we get into this week. See if we get our first snowfall of the season. I was coming across the mountains yesterday on 80 here, and I thought that there was some, not really snow. It was like a snowy mixture, or ice mixture, or something as you're coming across the very tops of the mountains. But it rained extremely hard yesterday. I was out in Ohio yesterday morning outside of Toledo, and drove across here. I'm right above Harrisburg right now, and drove across yesterday. It rained the whole day. It's been just a rainy week this week. Everywhere I went this week, it was raining. I left out last Sunday going to Chicago, Homewood, Illinois. It's not, I guess it's not really Chicago, but it's just south of Chicago. I went out there and got out there just as the rain just poured down rain last week. I mean, it was thunder and lightning, really strong rain. But luckily, I got out there and got my truck parked just right before that storm hit. So that was good. And even though it rained all day, it wasn't that strong. And then Monday I left and went up to Rockford, Illinois, which is just to the west of Chicago. And got up there, and again, it was raining all day long, all the way over to Rockford, then all the way back down. I came down to Indiana, and I was able to pick up a load in Indiana, Napanee, Indiana, and I picked that load up. That was coming back to York, PA. So after I left Rockford, I had 2 stops or 3 stops: Homewood, Lyle, and then Rockford. Came back to Napanee, Indiana, did that pickup, and drove. I got out to about the middle of Ohio, spent the night, Monday night, and then Tuesday drove back into York, Pennsylvania. Again, all day it just rained and rained, and then from York I came back up here to pick up my trailer up here in Higgins, and it, I didn't have any hours left when I got here, so I just slept here. And the rain, it just rained continually all night long. Got up Wednesday, it rained all the way out back out. I was going back out to Chicago. I was going to Des Plaines, out the other side of Chicago, Des Plaines. I went to Des Plaines and then went to Des Plaines, Chicago, Des Plaines, Madison, Wisconsin. Went out to Madison, Wisconsin. Constant rain all day. Then when I left Wisconsin, I came back to Toledo, and rained all that day, and then all day yesterday, and it's just been one wet week this week for me. So I am kind of hoping that we'll have a good clear week this week to run. It won't be so bad, and we can get our week, a good weekend this week. Get some good miles in this week. If it wouldn't have been raining yesterday, I probably would have left yesterday afternoon from here and drove out a little bit, but I couldn't make it. There's applesauce they give you with it. Homemade applesauce, that's pretty good. I always buy 2 halves. Because I'll save this other half for my meal tomorrow night. And put that up and save it for tomorrow night. Last week I only bought a leg and a quarter, so this week I bought 2 halves. So last week I was hungry Sunday night after I got through eating that half of that leg and that quarter. I got hungry still, so I have stuff to eat in the truck, and I always stop. I'm not sure where I'm stopping at this week yet, so we'll have to see that. See where we go. But other than that, it's pretty good. I didn't catch that last question. I saw something pop up. I didn't catch it there. How many more? Oh yeah, I saw. I know these. Well, you had the one coming across from the west, the big storm, and then you had the one coming up the east coast too. That was another big storm. That's what we dealt with yesterday and today. And I don't know. I hope the kids get to go trick or treating tomorrow night. Hope it's not bad. We'll see how bad that is tomorrow night. If I was to actually retire, which I don't know if I am or not, and we'll see here. I got about 2 more years before everything I owe is paid off. So that's my goal is 2 years. My retirement is 10 years. So if I can get everything paid off in 2 years, and I can go back to the Philippines and Molly's store is running good. Yeah, I've seen that happen before. That's some rough area out there in Vail Summit. Yeah, get rough out in that area, especially driving when it's snowing and stuff like that. But yeah, the talking about the retirement is 2 years. I'll be fully, hopefully everything will be fully paid off. And then after that, if I can put, I don't know if I'll stay here and work a little bit or if the store is running good over where Molly's at. And we think that we can do without the little extra income I send over each month. Uh, who knows? I may try to leave here and go over there a couple of years early and just struggle it out until retirement age. And if you make it to retirement, then you'd have some extra income you weren't planning on. So, all right, I guess you're planning on it, but if you can survive 8 years with what you got, then no, I do not. Not here. I don't. I don't have anything here. I haven't lived here for 17 years, so I'm staying with my sister, and that's where I'm at right now. So the only thing I can do is I'll sell the car. I'll sell the. I don't have anything else to sell but the car, so I guess I'll just sell the car, and then if there's anything else that I can find to sell to make a little bit of profit, I'll try to do that. But I'm trying to save up some money too while we're doing this here, so we'll see how that goes. But there's nothing here that I have, so everything I've invested is invested in the Philippines. I've been invested in the Philippines for the past 10 years. So house, lot, uh, everything is over there in the Philippines. So house, lot, car, family, I got everything in the Philippines. So I have nothing here. I've got my family here, my brothers and sisters that are here, but nothing that I own personally is here to keep me tied down or for anything. So I'm just hoping to eventually get out of here one day. And like I said, my plan is right now, if everything works out for the next 2 years, Molly will have the store running at a decent profit there, which she seems to be doing good now. So, and I'm very proud of what all she does. I mean, the Philippines is just like here. You wouldn't believe it, but she's been looking for help and can't find help, and it's because of the kind of job she wants somebody to do is help come in and cook, and when you cook, you got dishes. So if you got dishes, you got to clean them. So when you can't hire anybody to to help there, so that's kind of hurting her right now. But she does need to find some help because I've told her also that said she's doing such a great job that it's going to be Christmas time here, and somebody's going to. I think that the business she does that she'll start getting more and more orders during Christmas time because people want to have these parties and stuff like that. I don't know if there's so much parties, if you can call them that, because they're under restrictions too. But she sells these little Vico cakes that are just little squares that are like a single serving that people can buy and hand them out as gifts or whatever. So well, that would be nice right there. If I could do that, I'd already be in the Philippines probably. I don't. I just don't have a job that I've been able to get pensioned in for right here to be at 50 years old and get it or whatever. So still waiting on that magical number 62, I guess. And then even if we are able to survive for a couple of years over there, and I think right at 62, I can wait till 65, whatever, and 65, 67, whatever they tell you now. Heck, by the time I'm 62 or 67, I probably get zero money anyway, so it don't really matter, I guess. Might well go over there right now and enjoy it. But I'm working over here in the States now. You do have working over here in the States now. You do have the 401k that you're putting into, something that as a contractor I haven't done for 20 years. So that's another thing that is a good thing being over here again. I like seeing that little bit of money add up each month, even though I know I can't touch it for years, but nice seeing that add up every once in a while. So it's getting closer. As time goes, I'm gonna put my little table back here so get it out of the way. Oh, I missed that comment there. What was that? You contractor money in the war zone. It is good. It's tax-free money, and it is kind of good. But to be honest with you, the money I made as a contractor is not what I make here now, doing what I'm doing now. And it was tax-free. Yes, that's tax-free. And what I'm saying now is that the gross that I'm making now is over what I was making as a contractor. And I wasn't I'm not a computer analyst or a software analyst or top secret guy or anything like that. So I didn't do any of the 120, 220. I wasn't a airplane mechanic or anything like that. So, you know, I wasn't making those big bucks over in the Gulf like some of these other people were. I made a decent living, and it was like I was explaining to my buddy the other night. You know, with those contracting, you'd work 90 days, you get 30 days off. 30 days paid off. So that was a big benefit for me because I'd go home every 30 days, and that was more valuable than any money I could have made, you know. So, and now being stuck over here and you only get 5 days a year, you know, maybe 10 days a year, whatever, and it's kind of yeah, I'd imagine an airplane mechanic would, but that's an airplane mechanic compared to a truck driver. You know, I never did get into that big money. I got enough, but I never got the big bucks. But I paid off a lot of stuff, and the house in the Philippines is completely ours. That's, you know, we've built that, we paid for it, and everything's good with that. So I don't have any worries there. No deeds or titles or anything like that I have to worry about. So everything is good on that. So that's what I'm happy for, and to have that all out of the way. Like I said, just a few small bills here that I need to take care of, and then I'll be in and out of here and going in a couple of years. That's what I'm hoping. So I was going to try to. This is what I get to watch out here. I want you to. Let me see if I think I can swing this camera around. Look at this beautiful view out here. I'm sitting out here right in this valley. This is called the Tri-Valley area. There's actually 3 valleys that come along and sit through here. 3 mountain ranges that run down through here. I guess they're all one mountain range, but 3 mountains. And I get to sit here and watch all these beautiful colors in the afternoon. Sometimes late at evening, you'll see the deer cross down through here in front of me here. I haven't seen them yet today. Still a little early, I guess, for the deer to come out. But they'll be out here playing later on this afternoon. So it's a nice relaxing area, and it's quiet. No one's up here to bother you. So that's why I like coming up here in the afternoons, and then I'll get an early sleep this evening and be able to get ready to go. Like I said, I gotta get up really early in the morning to start heading out. So that's a long drive tomorrow. Gotta head out to, I'm hoping to get out to, you can drive from here to Chicago in the allotted time you're allowed to drive, and then after I get out to Chicago, I'll drive out to Des Moines, Iowa, and from Des Moines go to North Dakota. So I have a drop in Des Moines on Monday, and then North Dakota the rest of the week. North Dakota and oh yeah, I got. Do I have North Dakota? I'm sorry, I'm keep hollering North Dakota. I'm not going to North Dakota. I'm sorry. Huh. I'm going to Nebraska this week. Man, I better look at my paperwork better. I get myself confused. Sioux City, Norfolk, Fremont, and Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I'm going. So I said North Dakota, man. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, you're going to North Dakota." Yeah, everything's electric. We have we have an electric time clock here. I just say I got 3 hours and 29 minutes. That's what I came back with yesterday, and I didn't want to. I don't want to burn that because then I got to get my 72 hours back. And I don't have my 72 hours back yet, so that's my thing there. I got to get my 72 hours back. As a driver, we can drive 11 hours a day. You can drive 11 hours, work 3 hours, so 14 hours a day total you can have. I say 14 hours, you might as well say it's 13 hours and 30 minutes because you got a 15-minute pre-trip, a 15-minute post-trip, and then all the rest of the time is yours to do what you got to do. But you do have those two uh, pre and post trips. So, like tomorrow, I can drive a full 11 hours. I'll just get in the truck and go. Drive 8 hours, take my 30-minute break, and then after I take my 30-minute break, I'll get back in and drive another. Depends on if you drive the full 8 hours. You drive as far as you can because you don't want to cut yourself short to where you have to take another 30-minute break. So I'll drive 6 of those hours and then stop, take a break, and then have 5 hours to go after that. So that is my plan for tomorrow, and then get out as far as I can go and call a night. And then you got after you take your full day, then you got to take your 10-hour break. You have a 10-hour break that you have to take after you've driven all that time. So, but what are those, man? You got to keep driving. Keep on rolling. Nah, those are only little 5-minute breaks. You don't 3-minute breaks, whatever it takes. But I don't put those in the. I don't even log those, man. I just pull over to a rest stop, run in real quick, and then get back out in the truck and go. You can log off for those. You can put your for any. They were asking about a pee break or something like that. So yeah, you gotta. Especially me, I gotta drink coffee and stuff like that. So when I drink my coffee, yeah, I gotta take a little break every once in a while to let some of that my go-to's get out of me. So uh, I'll take off and run. There's a national. And it has I don't know if that wind's catching you or not. Let me know if that wind noise got you. But it's got automatic transmission in it, so something I wasn't used to coming back here was the new automatics. So that was something I had to get used to, but they're all right. I mean, now you just got to find something to do to keep you awake during the day because you're not shifting, clutching all the time. So we just got a regular stick handle there that has drive, low, neutral, and reverse. So that's all it's got in it. And I got this truck and I've put 85,000 miles on it because this truck was pretty much brand new off the showroom floor when I got it. They had just driven to the driven it down to the yard and stuff. So it's been I put a lot of miles this year on some trucks. I try to explain it to Molly and the kids about how far we can drive each day, and that's kind of difficult for them, being that they in the Philippines, you can't. From our house to Manila is 399 kilometers, and it takes you 12 hours to do that. Whereas over here, I drive 660 miles a day in 11 hours, and that's in this truck. I mean, if you're in a car, you could probably drive more than that, but in this truck, pulling the trailer and the slowdowns you have to do and everything, it's about average around, just say 640 something a day. So it's not it's not a it's a lot further than what they can imagine of going each day. And trying to show them on the map of how I went from this location to this location and stuff like that, and it's it's just hard to explain it to somebody that's been in the Philippines and they haven't left the Philippines. So, but I enjoy it, and but I'll enjoy it just as much when I get back to the Philippines and I'm able to get in my van and take off and run, and we can start traveling again in the Philippines. Man, I miss that. I miss the days of going all around, getting in the van with a family and just going. That's the things I miss most. But I sure enjoyed our trips over there and the sightseeings we went on to. So yes, they're American citizens. They're uh, even though two of them were born in Kuwait, one of them was born in the Philippines. They are American citizens. So uh, yeah, we could work on getting them over here, but like I said, I'm too old to start looking for a house and start paying a house payment each month too. So I'm not going to do that either. We just decided against that as well. So uh, I guess it's one way to see each other and everything, but we'll work on. We're still working on that. There's a lot of things that we're working on. So uh, the the goal with the store and everything over there in the Philippines is, something we've been doing for years, and that's what we want to keep up and keep going with it. We've upgraded from the store from a little bitty one room little shack out there in the backyard, and now we're a 6 by 5 meter store with a kitchen and stoves and everything else like that in there. So we just want to keep expanding on that and keep working on that, and hopefully that'll, one thing that you can, one thing I've learned, or what I've been told, is there are two ways to make money in this world. One is sell food, or invest in a mortuary. And people are going to eat, people are going to die. So that's what I've been told. So I invested in the food process and the food business and stuff like that. That's what I'm planning on doing. And I'd like to bring this chicken like they do here over the Philippines. And I'd like to build me a wagon that I can take out. If you're having a wedding or something like that, I don't know about a wedding, but a party or something like that. Then I put my little wagon out to your location and have the chicken cooked right on site for you, and then cater, you know, other items that you might want at the party. So I don't know. That's still in the plans, and but first of all, you gotta get people that want to eat it. So uh, find the recipe that's good and getting people to taste it and stuff like that. That we're gonna have to do. I wanna. I'd like to get. Yeah. Well, there's our problem with that with a water drinking station. I try not to step on my neighbor's toes. I like to be friends with my neighbor, even though they step on our toes all the time. Not this particular neighbor, but some of the neighbors do. And there is a neighbor there in our community that has a water filling station. And as a matter of fact, we get our water from them. So that's a good business, but I just don't want to step on their toes. And, I thought about putting one in there, at the one time, and then I said, well, yeah, you don't want to piss off the locals, that's for sure. So uh, I told him, I'd leave him alone and let him do what he's doing if he wouldn't try to come up and copy what I'm doing at my place. So, and it's kind of worked. So, but we still have, Molly sells Pansy. Well, every couple of weeks or months or whatever it is, she'll call me and she'll say, "Oh, Daddy, all these ladies running around here, they're going door to door selling Pansy." I said, "Okay, that's fine." I said, "But just wait, give it a couple of weeks, and let's see what happens." And then the next time I call her, she calls, talk to her, and she's so busy. I said, what happened to the door to door salesman? But it's because it's like I told her, food is the taste of the food will bring people back. The quality of the food will bring people back, and if you have good quality food, good tasting food, people come back. No matter who goes door to door to make it easier or who goes and does what. Exactly. They all come back. And, you know, she has people standing at the gate 6 o'clock in the morning waiting for her to open up the door so they can come in and get. She does Lomi, Pansit, and Gasado. That's her three, like, uh, kind of restaurant deals that she does. Other stuff that people just come in and get for lunch and everything, taking a little plastic bag and go. She has that also, but if you want to come down and sit down and eat, then she has the lomi and the gasado and the panza that you can come down and sit down and eat at the. We have little bamboo seating areas that people can come in, sit and relax, and eat stuff like that. So, uh, you're not the only one. And our panza is Canton. I guess it's Canton, but it's made with the fresh. Everything's fresh noodles. That and the lomi and the gasado are all made with the fresh noodles. So I think that's another thing that makes ours stand out above other people's too. You know. Now sometimes she'll add those little, I call them hair noodles. Every time I eat that Behone noodle is like eating hair to me. I don't know, but sometimes she'll make that, and she'll mix the larger noodles in with those little small noodles and stuff like that, and cook her pans and stuff like that. That's good too, but I prefer the old fashioned, the little real thick noodles that she cooks it with. Yeah, those angel hair. I mean, I, I almost choke on that stuff sometimes, and sometimes it's the way people make it because you make it really dry, and that stuff is just it's just terrible to eat. So I hate to say it, but it is. So, but yeah. Anyway, so well, I've been on here near about an hour, 48 minutes now. So I'm gonna get ready to get off here. I'm gonna call it a night. I appreciate the conversation with you, Maxim, and that was very nice. Reading the comments and having a conversation with you there. Hope you got the answers that you were looking for. If not, leave a message down below and let me know. And then if anybody else comes back and sees this live, I don't know if I'll do it again. But this was the best way I could think of to get everybody up to speed on where I'm at, what I'm doing, and I just don't have time to do my normal videos that I was doing. And plus, it seemed like I lost a lot of viewers because I'm over here in the States and nobody was concerned about the States. They want to see the videos from uh, the Philippines. So uh, just leave me a comment in the comment box if you like the live videos or if you don't like the live videos or if you want to see the travel videos again of going up and down these roads here. So, but other than that, appreciate it all. Appreciate everybody that comes and watches, and hope y'all all have a good weekend, a safe Halloween. Don't let the goblins and goblins get you, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.